I don't know if the lighting is all messed up. It feels like it. Oh yeah, it is messed up. We're gonna fix that really quick. Hello my sweet angels, it's your girl Jay, and today I'm here with the beginning of the year tag. Yes, it is February, but that's fine. It's still the beginning of 2025. This was originally created by Larry, who I absolutely love. I think she is so funny. I'll leave her video down below if you want to check her out, but I'm pretty sure you know who Larry is. But there are 18 questions to this tag, so without further ado, let us get started. The first question is, how many books do you plan to read in 2025? My reading goal is 150 books. It is almost the first week of February and I've only read 10 books so far, so we are a little bit behind on that goal, but I'm hoping that my vacation days this year are going to be full of reading. I have a trip coming up in April for 9 days in Mexico, so I'm hoping that I will be reading by the poolside a lot, and then in August I'm also going away with my mom somewhere, which I'm sure will have a lot of reading. I just don't know where we're going yet, so Mom, if you're watching this, we still need to pick where we are going, please, because I want to go on vacation. So yes, that was a long answer for saying 150 books for 2025. Question number 2 is, what is a book that you are most likely to reread this year? I am hoping to get around to Crown of Feathers by Nikki Palpatro. This is the first book in a series that I don't even know what it's called. It might be called Crown of Feathers, but I feel like the trilogy has a different name. But I read this book a couple years ago and I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, but honestly, I could not tell you a single thing that happens in this book other than it involves phoenixes and there is a girl who disguises herself as a boy. And that's all I know. I can't remember a single other thing, so we're hoping to reread this so that I can read the rest of the trilogy. Number 3 is a priority read for 2025, and I feel like this is not going to be a shock for anybody, but it is Crescent City by Sarah J Maas. I have been in the middle of this book since it came out. I'm on page 290 and I just have not picked it back up because it is just such a chonker and I keep picking up other things. I feel like if this was an audiobook I would fly through it, but because I see how chonky it is, I don't want to read it. And it's silly because the story is really good. Like, it's not like I'm not enjoying the story. I'm just scared. I'm scared of it. But my boyfriend gave me the last book in the trilogy for Christmas, so now I don't have an excuse, because my excuse was, well, the third book isn't out yet, so I don't want to finish this book and then not have the rest of the story. That's not a thing anymore, so now I have to actually read it. So this is going to be finished in 2025, hopefully before December. Number 4 is an author that you will not be reading more books for in 2025. Mine is probably going to be Randy Pink. They wrote Into White, which was probably my worst book of the year. It basically follows a black teenager who prays to Jesus that she wants to be white, and then the next day she is white. And it was just not a well executed book. It could have been really good, but it was not. So I don't think I want to explore any more of their writing. Number 5 is something new you want to read, whether this be a new genre or a new trope, and mine is going to be dark romance. Okay, so this is Grimstone by Sophie Lark. As far as I know, this is a dark romance. I read Haunting Adeline last year in 2024 and I was so shocked by how much I enjoyed that book. So I want to dive a little bit more into that genre to see if it was just a fluke that I like that genre or if I'm like actually a dark romance girly. But my boyfriend got me this on a trip to Indigo where he was like, hey, go pick out a book. So I picked out this one because I've been eyeing it for quite a while. So I'm very excited. Number 6 is a popular book that you want to read, and I am going with Blood Over Bright Haven by M.L. Wang. This is another one that my boyfriend bought me. Clearly I have just been very spoiled in the book department lately because I think he has finally realized how much I love books and how happy they make me. And his new hobby, he says, is making me happy, so I love that for me. But this one was self-published. It is now traditionally published, and I have heard nothing but great things. Like, I swear everybody has given this book 5 out of 5 stars. So I want to see if I also give the book 5 out of 5 stars because it just sounds so incredible to me. It is a dark fantasy book, which I don't know if I've read a dark fantasy book. I probably have, and I probably have loved them, but I am so intrigued. Apparently it has a very interesting magic system. Number 7 is your most anticipated 2025 release, and mine is Veil Weaver by Sophia Slade. It is the second book in the Night Strider series. I think it's going to be 4 books, but I could be wrong about that. But Sophia Slade is my favorite author. She finally got a traditionally published book, which is Night Strider. She's the author of the Vinyl trilogy, which I have been obsessed with since I first read it in like 2016, like a very long time ago. And they were my favorite books. And now Night Strider has dethroned the Vinyl series, which is wild to me because like I don't think you guys understand how much I love those books. But this one, oh my god, it is so underrated. It's basically about living nightmares who overthrow an evil king. There's so much scheming and politics and just revenge, which I am a huge sucker for. So the second book comes out October 28th, 2025, which is a day before my birthday. So I'm really hoping that somebody gets it for me for my birthday. But I'm so excited, like literally cannot wait. Number 8 is a bookish goal for 2025. I made a whole video about my 2025 reading goals, so if you want to check out that video, I will leave it linked down below. But the one that I think is going to be the most challenging for me to complete is unhauling more books than I bring in. It is currently the last week of January, and I have already hauled 10 books and only gotten rid of 2. So we are not starting off strong, but I'm hoping that the rest of the year will like even it out, but we'll see. Number 9 is a book that has been on your TBR, which you will probably never read, and I am going to go with Rumor Central Truth or Dare by Rashonda Tate Billingsley. This entire series, the Rumor Central series, made it onto my worst books of 2024 list, but as you can see, I still have one more. And I am of the mindset if I own a book, I need to read it before I get rid of it, because like what if a wild chance happens and it is actually one of my favorite books? Does it make sense? No. So I will probably put off reading this book forever before I get rid of it. Number 10 is a series that you want to read this year, and I'm going to go with Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard. I believe that this is just called the Realmbreaker trilogy, but Whitney from Witty Novels recently read this series and said it was incredible. So I feel like I need to, because I have all 3 of the books, so why not? I believe this is an Arthurian retelling. I could be very wrong, but there's blood and swords, so I'm intrigued. Number 11 is your auto buy authors going into 2025, and I have so many of them. Obviously, first is Sophia Slade. I will buy anything she writes. I don't care what it is. It could be her grocery list and I will read it. Second, I'm going to say Emily Henry. I read my first Emily Henry book. It was Happy Place and I am obsessed with it. 5 out of 5 stars. So now I need to read all of her other books, but I will definitely be purchasing all of her new releases. There's also the staples of BookTube like E. Schwab, Sarah J. Maas, Holly Black, Leigh Bardugo. Marissa Mayer is also another one, and also Shelby Mahern. Really like their books. I also really like Nikki Pau-Pedro. I feel like I could just list 1,000 authors that I really enjoy, but I'm sure as soon as I stop filming this I will think of 6,000 more, but just pretend I said them. Number 12 is a book to movie or show adaptation that you're excited about for 2025. And mine is probably People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Have I read that book? No. But if it's anything like Happy Place and the warm fuzzy feelings I got from that book, I need this one. Okay? Producers, we could just, you know, also adapt Happy Place. That would make me happy. I feel like eventually it'll happen. 13 is a sequel that you're anticipating. I'm gonna go with Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. This is a prequel to The Hunger Games. I know a lot of people did not like Songbirds, which is President Snow's story, but I love to hate President Snow, so I was into it. But I absolutely adore Haymitch. He was one of my favorite characters from the trilogy, so I'm very excited to see his story. Number 14 is Bookish Things You're Leaving Behind in 2025. I'm gonna go with historical fiction because I have learned that I am not the biggest fan of that genre. I feel like the book has to be very specific for me to like that. Like, I read And I Darken by Kristen White and absolutely hated it, but then I read A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray and absolutely loved it. I don't know what it is that I don't like about historical fiction, but I am usually not a fan of it, so I feel like I'm just not going to waste my time, which is so funny because I literally just talked about wanting to read Realmbreaker, which I'm pretty sure has historical aspects to it because it's an Arthurian retelling, but you know what? It's fine. Just go with it. Number 15 is what to expect from this channel, and honestly, I have no idea. 2023 and 2024 were very bad years for my channel. I pretty much only filmed wrap-ups. I'm hoping that now I'm out of my like little depression state that my videos are going to be more frequent and they're not just going to be wrap-ups. I'm really hoping that I'll get back into the groove of filming vlogs. It's really hard to do that when you have a full-time job that basically sucks your entire life. So a lot of the time I'm literally just at work and then I get home and it's like pitch black outside, and that's not exactly the best for filming. And I also just don't really do anything with my life other than read books, go see my boyfriend, and go to work. So, but let me know down below some videos that you would want to see from me, because like I said, I'm back into the groove of actually wanting to film. So please let me know what you want to see, because I've been away from this channel for so long. It feels, even though I've been kind of putting up videos, it hasn't really been my best. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what you want to see. Number 16 is, how has your reading taste evolved through the years? And I actually think it's so funny because I used to say that I was not a fantasy reader. I just couldn't understand the worlds because of my little goldfish brain. But recently I have been really into fantasy and all I want to do is read fantasy. I also used to read a lot of young adult, which I'm kind of steering away from, still picking up some because I do get arcs from publishers that I feel obligated that I need to read since they're taking time to send them to me. But I've realized that young adult romances are probably not my thing anymore. I'm gearing more towards adult romances. And then obviously I am still a fan of thrillers and horror. Last year I was really into extreme horror. I'm not reading as much because I don't have Kindle Unlimited anymore. So that's usually where I would get my extreme horror from. But I think my biggest change has been my love for fantasy now compared to other years. Number 17 is booktube creators that inspire you. There are a couple that I watch religiously. I feel like a lot of people always say that I comment on a lot of videos because I just really love booktube and want to support everybody. But I think the ones that I watch a lot are probably Peruse Project Larry, Olivia Reads Latte, Destiny Sidwell. Back in the Books is also a big one that I watch. I watch a lot of Books and Lala. I feel like she's like the OG. I've also been watching a couple of new ones like Chantal Isabel. I've been really liking her videos. Ooh, Sid Bookworm is also another one I love. I feel like I could just keep talking about creators. I just think everybody is so talented and I love watching videos, so. And finally, 18 is something that you want to say to anybody who is wanting to start a bookish account, and I say just go for it. I know that that is what everybody says. I was very scared to start back in like 2013 or whenever it is I started, because I didn't think that anybody would actually watch my videos, which like a lot of people don't watch my videos, but I just really like talking about books, so it is what it is and I am just going to continue to do so. And I think if you're passionate about something, you should just go for it. Alright everybody, so that was the beginning of the year tag. I will leave Larry's video down below. Like I said, check it out. She's so funny. I honestly am obsessed with her videos. Let me know down below if you have read any of these books or what you thought of them, and I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye.